This conference will now be recorded.
Hello friends, it is almost late night now, 2 o'clock early morning. I just thought of making one video. I made some calculations. On Monday, we are going to see the last trading day of the month of May. So what will be the levels for the month of June? So I'm just trying to calculate that mathematically based on the Heikin-Ashi chart setup. So let me just take you through the model, how I'm just building this. See, this is the monthly chart. Okay, now you are getting this, all the open, high, low, close, everything we are getting here. Now, this is Heikin-Ashi. This is a Heikin-Ashi chart. So what is Heikin-Ashi chart? If you don't know, then please Google it. You will come to know about this. I'm not explaining that now. So this is Heikin-Ashi chart. Now we can just plot from monthly chart for Nifty, Bank Nifty. So we will see what will be the levels, bullish scenario, bearish scenario, what will be the high, low, close possibility in case of Nifty, Bank Nifty for the month of June, entire month of June. So this may be plus or minus few points, like 100, 200 points also possible, but overall should be seeing some range like this. So you can know at least the top range, what is the bottom range, what is possible, that you can come to know. So that's my objective actually. It is an attempt to find out some levels actually for the month, next month for Nifty, Bank Nifty. Please note the disclaimer that the view whatever I mentioned here is my just a research only and for education purpose, and no need to take trade based on this view. And if any loss incurred by taking trade based on the view, I am responsible. Please consider financial advisor before taking any trades. Okay, so just a mathematical analysis so that you can just understand what will be the possibility. Okay, first understanding the chart setup for the Nifty. Okay, Bank Nifty. If you just see chart setup for Bank Nifty, see here. Main thing is that the Bank Nifty after falling from here, we came down here to retest actually, and we are taking very good support here. In case we don't break this support and go down here around 32,500 levels, 32,000 levels at least, they're holding. Then what are the top bottom we are seeing here, the same range we can see on the upside, which will be almost like 45 47,000 levels, which will be a long-term scenario, not now actually. As of now, considering the scenario, everything what is going on in the economy or the pressure, selling pressure what we are seeing, so I'm not expecting that level on the top end. So thing is that the very important level for Bank Nifty will be 32,000, which is very important support which should not break. Okay, that's the first thing. Basically, just keep in mind. And in case of Nifty, you can see bearish, bullish engulfing pattern is formed in the monthly chart actually. So definitely is bullish, no doubt about that. But we have seen almost like a triple top here. If you see here, what is the top we have formed here? Almost the top is there, which is around 15,400, 500 range. In case we don't break this top and start seeing a down move from here on, some red bar is seen in case of Nifty, then you have to be little alertful. And this is low, which is around 14,244. This is a range which is very important. 15,500, 14,200 level is very important. If it breaks 14,200, then the problem for Nifty actually. So any big news that comes and pulls out the Nifty or not, we don't know. We have to just follow the trend. Now I just plotted all this data here for Nifty. So open, high, low, close, month wise I have plotted here. As of now 14, 15, 5, 15, 4, that is the closing. And this is the gap between the high and low. Month on month, what is the gap between the high and low? And what is the difference between the close and the low? What is the difference between close and high? What is the difference between open and high? So all these 4 figures I have plotted here to get a synchronization of all the levels. Now assuming tomorrow, like, so this being Monday, tomorrow is Monday actually, so we close by say 100 points in the Nifty. So now we'll close at 15,336, and that will be the opening. Assuming that opening also around the same level, we will not bother about the gap up, gap down on the 1st June. So here, if the bullish scenario has to happen for Nifty for the month of June, if you see here, let us convert it to Heikin-Ashi. If you see here, open equal to low. If open equal to low, if you see here for all these months, except for April, if you see for May, you can see open equal to almost low. Okay, if you just small 30 points difference only. If that scenario has to continue the bullish run for the month of June, this is an extreme bullish run case scenario. In that case, the low what I'm expecting still, in that case also we should visit 14,700 level once at least. We'll make that, there is no doubt about that. And we have to see that level 1400 level for sure in the case of Nifty during the month of June. Whether we'll first visit low and then we'll go to the high is the question mark, because I'm just considering the astro view also, which is for the month of June. What is the status first week of June, and almost like first 10 days of June, most bearishness we can see in the month of June first 10 days actually. The bullish days are less and bearish days are more actually, as per my view. So considering that view, possible that in the June month beginning, before the month of starting, means you can tell first week of June or first 10 days of June, we can visit the low, which is 14,700, and then we start making a move on the upside to visit 15,800 or 16,000, whatever level possible. You can see now on an average we have been seeing a range of 1,100 points between the high and low. The range, that's the range we've been seeing for the past 12 months actually on an average. So if that is the case, then once we visit the low of 14,700, then we could see a high of 15,800 or 16,000 also possible. That's a possibility. So, and then close could be around 15,300. Okay, possible that after visiting that, then we can come down to 15,300 or 15,500, possibly something like that. There's a possibility in case bullish scenario. So, like in case you want to be like a bearish, if you are bearish also, then you can look for this 14,700 level, which we should not break. If you break, then there's another problem will be coming up, which is making a bearish scenario actually. Which can, what is the bearish scenario? We'll see that also. Now, assuming that the high, whatever the high is forming, you can see like almost like 150, at least 150 points, 200 points, we go above the high. So whatever the close we are seeing on 31st May, at least 150 points, 200 points will go on the upside. So if it's a bearish scenario, what we could do is that we just visit some, make some high in the month of June, 100, 200 points, 15,450 or 15,500, something like that we'll visit, and then we start the down move in the bearish scenario. Possibly that we can see a level of almost 14,386 level, and we close at 50,000 level. Possibly it's a bearish scenario, because in this case, like 50, even if you see not more than 15,500, I'm expecting in a bearish scenario. If that is the case, then I'm expecting like 14,300 level, and in worst case, even if we go to 14,200 something, that's a maximum possible, not more than that actually. So it's the worst case what we saw in March and or something like that. I'm not expecting like that. In case we are seeing something like that, then anything below 14,700, if you sustain below 14,700, then we should be prepared for something like that actually. So only in that scenario, then we can look for some big correction in the Nifty actually to come. So that is the scenario for Nifty, and this is a, hope you understand what is the levels, everything. I just taken these 4 parameters and then applied the same logic on this over the figures to arrive at the open, high, low, close. So hope you are clear up with the Nifty levels actually. So thing is that tomorrow, what are the level we are seeing? I'm expecting something like a bearish closing, negative closing for the tomorrow actually, Monday. I mean, that's been Monday. In case of Nifty, at least 100 points down, I'm expecting to close below the level closed on Friday. So that is one expectation actually. Let us see. But whatever is there, you have to go with the levels. I have given you the levels, Kamarla 5 point levels, where what's the long breakout, what is short breakout, because just 40 points we are above the, we just closed above the short breakout actually. So even 40 points move on downside can hit our short breakout, and then we can see some down move coming in the Nifty actually. Some selling pressure can come. So stay cautious for Monday. Let us move to Bank Nifty. So in case of Bank Nifty, what I'm doing is here the same way what I've done for Nifty, the same calculation, everything. And here the high low, the range for the new Bank Nifty has been almost 4,000 points between the high and low. And here, if you see the close and low, the difference between close and low is almost 2,200, 300 points. And the difference between the close and high is almost 1,570, 1,600 points. And the difference between open and high is 2,700 points. So sometimes you can see the close and high, we can see almost like 300 points, also 16 points also possible. Very low possibility also is there actually. This is a rare scenario. If it is a bearish scenario, then we don't expect a much up move on the Bank Nifty. But since the results will be declared in the month of July, there is a possibility. If you see for the month of July, what happened in the last month also, July, if you see it is almost 300 points only high it made actually. So not much of the move actually. So I'm considering 700 points high over the what is the opening level. So assuming tomorrow, like for Monday, I'm expecting say 400 points down closing. Then we can our opening level is 34,741, and now if the open equal to low, okay, bullish scenario, even the worst scenario means best scenario also consider, we have to visit 33,000 level on the downside. Even the bullish scenario also, we will visit 33,000 to 33,500 level for sure once. That's my expectation actually. Below this, may go, may not go, but even bullish scenario, I'm expecting 33,000 to be tested in the month of June actually. And from there on, we can visit 37,000 level, a bullish scenario to take one bank nifty on the upside and test the new highs possibly. If you see here, we already made a high of 37,709. So possibly we can test that level and go to like 37,709 is maybe like 4,500 also. Assume that 4,800, 4,800. Okay, roughly 38,000 level. If there is a scenario, bullish scenario, then we can make 4,800 points move from the low and test 38,000 levels also. So this one possibility is a very highly bullish scenario, or it will be the slightly less bullish scenario. It will be at least 37,000 level. We could be testing in the month of June actually, and we could close by almost like 35,000 levels, 35, 35,500 something like that level. Expecting to close in the month of June actually is a bullish scenario. And considering a bearish scenario, we should see like we don't see like not major movement from the open, and only 700 points movement I'm seeing from the high. That means that then we can see only 35,000 level on the top and we could test all the way to 31,600 levels. But that scenario, for what news based that the low levels will be hit, I don't know, but we can prepare for that also possibly. You can see here in the last several months we've been hitting that low actually, almost 31,000 level, 32,000, at least 32,000 level we are hitting actually. Even the worst scenario also, even the best scenario, whatever you can see, the low what you're making, at least 3907 is there. So I'm expecting 32,000 level at least to test in the month of June, worst case, and best case 33,000 level, and the closing at around 34,000 level in case the bearish scenario. Considering that from the low what is the level, we could go on the upside from the after hitting a low 33,841 or 34,000 level. That is possibility. So these are the levels for bank nifty for the month of June. Best and worst case I given, made the calculation based on the Heikin setup and to calculate what is the open high low close can be. And one more thing I want to tell you, like in case correction comes, what is the maximum correction we can see? Okay, that's what I want to just explain also. Like everybody might think that what correction might come, how much correction can come. We saw some deep correction in the month of 2020, like March 2020, and then in 2008 also we saw correction. But what is the stopping point? Where we stop is very important thing we can see. What is the trend line? We can see some drops on trend line and see like where we are getting hit. That is one thing, and this is one thing. Another thing, okay, we'll try to plot Ichimoku cloud. Surprisingly, Ichimoku cloud is giving a very good support and never we've broken that low actually. So I'm just removing the other things, the conversion line, baseline, lagging span, and everything I'm removing it and just putting a Ichimoku cloud. So if you see the Ichimoku cloud here in 2008 at the fall, we tested the Ichimoku cloud. We tested here, never we closed below the cloud actually, if you see. So in the month of October 2008, the low we formed here, that's the touching point where we closed, we touched the bottom of the cloud actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, we just formed a consolidation here inside the cloud, and then we just started moving on the upside actually. And then here, in case of March 2020 also here, we touched exactly, just went below the cloud actually, but we bounced back and closed, just closed above the cloud, inside the cloud only actually. After that, next month also, what happened, we went below the cloud, but we never closed below the cloud actually and started moving on the upside. So assuming the correction comes and in next 2 months, whatever correction comes, the low maximum what we can see for Nifty is around 9,500, 10,000 level. In case even 2 months, in 2 months time, you get a correction, something like that also, maybe maximum 10,000 can come. But I'm not expecting with the positive momentum, what you can see now, I'm not expecting anything to come. At least we should break the monthly low. If you see here, we cross the monthly low here, then only we had a problem actually. Monthly lows crossed 2 months. Okay, in case of January, we just almost like same level. Then February we got some level low below the previous month low, and then we closed below the March. Actually, March went steep. So we got 2 months time actually. If you see here, two red bars formed, and then only we got some big correction in the Nifty. So you will get enough chance for you. At least 1 month chance you will get, because we are riding up 500 km/h speed in this bullish move. Now, if you are going to take a U-turn, one correction, one consolidation move like this you can see, and then yep, close below the previous month low, we could be able to see. If that is the case, then at least June month, if it's a consolidation, then we may not break. Like if you see the low is around 14,400 level. So here 14,133, 14,000 level. So June will be a month of consolidation, assuming that. Then July month we could see the close below the month of June, and then August could be the month like big down move, assuming something like that. So any correction, if you want to buy a put option or something like that, wait for the at least a close below the previous month low in the monthly chart. Okay, so that's very important to see here. If you see any, just if you see take this month also here, we're not close below the previous month low. Okay, always we've been closing above the previous month low only here. Never we closed below the previous month low. Once we close below the previous month low, that's the time you have to be taking alert, and you want to buy put options or square off your long positions and sell off your mutual fund portfolio. Whatever you want to do, you can do it actually. So that way Nifty you can confirm how beautifully the structure is there, and you can be confidently entering the positions, long positions or short positions. Don't bother about anybody telling you whether market is going to crash or something like that. Now you know how to see the chart, and you can take positions here. Anytime, if you see here also, if you see here in the month of August, sorry, 2008 also, if you see here, January 2008, we went below the monthly low, previous month low, then you stay cautious there, and then after that just keep on coming down, because at least if you take precaution here, 1,000 points in 1,000 points gap, you can just have exited the long positions here. After that, once you stay cautious, never be closed above the previous month high. Okay, that's another indication of weakness actually. So that way, if you see here now, this month whatever the high is there, it's not breached, and June we are just going to stay inside this candle and then consolidate, and then we start going below this candle. Then only you have to stay cautious till the time, because you have almost like a 1,000 points range actually, 1,500 points cushion. Now that's the only cushion you have. In case you close below this, suddenly definitely will not fall 1,500 points or 2,000 points in Nifty like this, just like that. We'll do consolidation like this, and then we'll make some smaller one downside. So this is one thing for Nifty. Same thing will apply for the Bank Nifty also. So if you see Bank Nifty also, what happened in 2008, if you see here, we got stopped out at the you can see here around this bottom of this cloud, we got candle stopped out, and we not closed below the candle here, below this cloud. Now we come here in 2013 also, the correction came here, exactly we stopped at the cloud. We not gone below the cloud, closed also. Closing is important. See here in Bank Nifty, what happened here, we went below the cloud, but we not closed below the cloud. And 3-4 months of consolidation, 6 months of consolidation, something like that inside the cloud, then we got the breakout here, and we saw here the close. Now in case of Bank Nifty want to correct here, the possibility like we'll see the same logic for Nifty, we'll see some consolidation, then break below the previous month's low, then we'll come down here, and the maximum low what we can see is 24,000 level. So we don't see anything more than below 24,000 level. Worst correction comes also. So accordingly, you can just plan it out. What is the maximum level of correction one can get for any stock, sorry, any index? But this apply only for the index actually. Okay, so you can just try it out. In case of like maybe we can test it for Nifty 50 equal weight also. Okay, but Nifty 50 equal weight is not following the trend actually, but this worked out very good in the case of Nifty and Bank Nifty only actually. So this works very well actually. You can test it for various indexes and get some confirmation from your side also. Hope you like the video. I just made a lot of effort for delivering some good quality video for you people. In case you like the video, I'm sure you will like the video. You will please press the like button and subscribe and see the channel and spread the news about the channel, and I'll get some support also. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye.